You're not going to want to miss why The View's Sonny Hostin is making this face.
There's a ha ha ha. There's a ha ha ha. There's a ha ha ha.
Stay tuned.
Next on deck with Tim Black.
Because when I look at something like this, these proposals, I want to know why, and I want to know who's making them. And so when I looked into that, they're saying that the U.S. birth rate is declining. However, in 2024, there was a 1% increase in U.S. births. But that increase was with Hispanic mothers and Asian mothers. So
why should you say it like that? Okay, this segment is about Trump floating an idea of giving an award, or I don't know, is it a tax credit if you have kids or something?
In that same poll we showed, you saw 36% of people say they don't have kids because they can't afford it. According to Baby Center, parents are estimated to spend more than $20,000 on baby-related costs in the first year. So one of the ideas, as I mentioned, being floated is a $5,000 baby bonus. What do you think?
Having a baby.
There are reports that you're considering doing something for moms across the country, giving them some type of bonus so that they have. Were you considering that? Or?
Sounds like a good idea to me.
We're having a baby.
We're having a baby.
Democrats give a lot of incentives for women to get rid of their children. So many incentives on keeping their children.
Angela Stanton King, former congressional candidate, also black owner of Auntie Angie's House. We are a black-owned organization in Fulton County, and we were created to combat the black maternal health crisis. As a black woman, I am offended that so many of my black brothers and sisters have aligned with white liberals to believe that they're doing us a favor by somehow aborting our children. These are the same people that say Black Lives Matter without understanding that black life begins in the womb. In Fulton County, Georgia, in the year of 2020 alone, in Fulton County, there were 6,070 abortions. Out of those 6,070 abortions, 4,550 of those abortions were on black women and black babies. That means that out of every 4 abortions in Fulton County, 3 of them are on black babies. This is black genocide. The answer to the black maternal health crisis cannot be abortion. If the black mother is dying 3 times likely, giving birth to the baby on the table, and the black baby is being aborted, then that means that black life does not matter.
And Republicans give a lot of incentives to keep children, but not feeding them.
Facts.
So we got a lot of hypocrisy on both sides of the coin. And that's something, that's kind of dope, right? How many shows can you go to tonight that are political and they won't tell you that? So on the Democrat side, you got Democrats who want to help you get rid of your child more than they want to help you keep your child.
Do you support any restrictions on abortion?
I don't. I've always believed...
Even in the 3rd trimester?
Do you think there should be any limitation on abortions?
No, I do not.
Up till now, my understanding is there wasn't a limit on when in a pregnancy a woman could receive an abortion. Have you set any limit on it?
There are no limits. Is there a cutoff for you before that point?
No, to me, it's a reproductive, it's a healthcare decision. It's up to women to make that decision.
Where it's obvious that a woman is about to give birth, she has physical signs of that she is about to give a birth. Would that still be a point at which she could request an abortion if she was so certified?
My bill would allow that, yes.
Having the right to make a choice about her own body.
State lawmakers in New York approved a law permitting abortion in the state up until birth. Cuomo applauded the legislation and marked the occasion by lighting the spire of the One World Trade Center pink.
On abortion, or do you think that women should have the right to have an abortion all the way up to 9 months?
That should be a choice made between a doctor and a woman. You do it by not setting arbitrary gestational limits.
And we got Republicans that want you to keep your child, but don't want to help you feed or clothe or house your child.
Now, Congressman, should military spending cuts be on the table and put on the table by a Republican? Okay.
If we really want to talk about the debt and spending, it's the entitlements program that's 70% of our entire budget. That $1.7 trillion and defense within that is only 30%. So if we want to talk about big reforms, I look forward to hearing that from those folks who are pushing towards a balanced budget.
I also want to highlight the $230 billion of cuts to SNAP. SNAP really equates to $6 a day for someone that is eligible. Something that's important to note is that people that are eligible for SNAP are also working people for the most part. By and large, people on SNAP have a job but still can't afford food for their family. So we have to ask ourselves, what are those cuts being used for? They're being used for tax cuts. There's a tax cut proposal that the president has put on the table that he wants to find ways to pay for it. He's not completely paid for it because we know it's still going to add about $1.5 trillion to our deficit, even with these cuts. But they're moving on the backs of working people these cuts for tax giveaways to people that, quite frankly, in this country do not need a tax break. They do not.
So we got a big mess here. And we got a bunch of media that won't tell the truth on either side or on their side. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you go to independent. So her point is going to be white people are dying because they're not having kids. And that's why Trump wants to do this so that white people can have kids.
So they don't seem to be concerned about that increase. They seem to be more concerned about a decrease in other populations.
Say it.
No, I think I said enough.
It's not based on that.
And so, well, it's just based on a study. And so the other thing
but
I will.
Have they said that anywhere? I mean, I feel like
yeah,
it has to be fair.
It's just as
fair to who?
It's just a.
Have they said that this is to target only white families?
Oh, I didn't say that.
You
I
have to read
between the lines. I just gave the stats.
Yeah, but it's about economics. They're wanting people to pay in.
I'm just giving
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Let's be honest here for a second. Yeah, I probably believe there's some concern that white people aren't reproducing, to keep up with the minorities. But that's a wash. Like, I heard that by, 2040? Something like that. It's going to be a predominantly minority country anyway. If people had a problem, obviously they don't have a problem with it because they just brought in about 20 million Hispanics. So how can you even make this argument? I mean, your party just brought in 20 million of your cousins, Sonny Hostin. But how's the husband, by the way? I've been wondering, how's his lawsuit going? The largest racketeering lawsuit in the history of New York City, which takes some doing. How's that going? Is he out of that yet? Or what's up? That's never seen to be brought up. But anyway, the point is this. Sonny's making a point. She's saying that white people, that Trump is afraid that he wants white people to make babies because it's not enough white babies being born. And the only people making babies are Asians and Latinos. I say black people are making babies, but they're probably not keeping them because we have a healthcare clinic on every corner in the hood. Maybe that has something to do with it. Planned Parenthood. But I also want to point out that they really had a problem with Asians or Latinos having babies. The first thing they do was stop the 20 million that came through.
Mr. Speaker, since Joe Biden took office, 5 million illegal border crossers encountered, 2 million illegal aliens released into the country, another 2 million, over 370,000 unaccompanied alien children have been encountered on the border, and the Biden administration has lost track of 85,000 kids.
Maybe think about it, maybe they do have a problem. Maybe Republicans got a problem with it, but Democrats damn sure don't have a problem with it, which is probably why you're such a Democrat, Sonny, because I think you want to see the country go sunny. Yeah, I think Sonny Hostin wants to see America become more sunny or sunnier. You know what I'm saying? So, it really doesn't matter. We'll all be gone by the time that happens anyway. Well, I probably will be. But I can tell you this. The immigration issue is an issue. I'm going to keep reporting on it. You cannot say that America is opposed to other populations growing when they just let one population grow immensely without even dropping babies. So this argument's kind of whack. Perfect. You made it to the end of the video. I appreciate you. Now, Google thinks this next video is going to be perfect for you. It's right up your alley. So click the next video, watch that with me, and let's keep this politics going. You're built for this.